I want to talk about a couple of specific change management deliverables. The first is the organizational capability plan. And for this plan, we first consider the groups who are impacted or involved, and our model starts with these 4 groups here on the left. And you may, in your environment, have additional groups, or you may want to refine this list. Maybe it doesn't fit your situation exactly, but it tends to be a good starting point to consider anybody who might be involved or impacted in the effort. And then when we talk about developing capability, we mean more than just training. So we also want to know truly what is the organizational capability or capacity to be able to take on this challenge and to grow SharePoint adoption. So we want to consider whether the processes are consistent with the vision, that people know what their roles and responsibilities are in achieving or executing those processes, that sponsors and champions have the tools they need to be good leaders of this effort. And then on an ongoing basis, there needs to be a deliberate focus on recognizing and rewarding the behaviors you're looking for, and to make sure that there's a culture of continual learning. I made the point earlier that SharePoint is an ever-developing platform, and given that nature, that evergreen nature of the tool, people really need to be able to keep up with what's happening. That said, it's also such a it's also got such a lot of capability that you could probably continue to take advantage of things that have been available for years. So if we think about the various aspects of capability development and align those or assign those to the various roles that are involved, then we can develop a more comprehensive organizational capability plan, and one that considers the system as a whole. And when I say system here, I'm talking about that traditional people, process, and technology, and how all of those work together to deliver value. So this is really a framework. If you were to imagine this grid without the content in the middle for a second, now you've got something that you're compelled to want to fill in. And so the way I would do this is take each column one at a time and ask myself, for example, in the area of awareness and training, what do I need to do for end users? And in this case, I said, let's make sure to develop a training and communications plan that delivers more information as you move closer to go live. For power users, I might need to get them involved earlier on in the process and be part of testing so that they learn the capability more and more thoroughly and are prepared to support the end users when they start to get involved. Support personnel may need advanced training and configuration, and sponsors might benefit from a short workshop that in which we review the capabilities so they know what the possibilities are, and they can identify and recognize where SharePoint may fill a business need that they have had but they didn't know SharePoint could address. So then you would do the same exercise with each of the next 3 columns. And you may decide that some spaces aren't relevant. So for example, it probably doesn't make sense to pursue leadership development strategies for end users when it comes to SharePoint adoption. But it might make sense to pursue them for power users, because we need power users to be positive sponsors and champions for the platform, as well as to encourage end users to learn more and do more on the system. What is important though is if you've thought through this whole framework, then you've got a basis for a much more thorough and rich experience. And now you've got a situation where you have tangible activities that you can take from this and lift and place directly in a work plan.